Tonight, the Milwaukee Bucks finally lose back-to-back games. The date is March 4th. They also, for the first time, lose to the same team twice. That team is the Phoenix Suns. The 14-51 Phoenix Suns. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm really angry right now. See, there's a lot of things racing through my mind right now. Let me start with Chris Middleton. 1 for 13 tonight. Chris Middleton was 1 for 13 tonight. Our second All-Star. Supposedly the second offensive weapon on this team. 1 for 13 against a 14-win team. I like Chris a lot, man. I love Chris. I've always defended Chris. I've always said, sometimes he'll just have bad games. But this is unfreaking acceptable. Against the Phoenix Suns, you're going to shoot 1 for 13. That can't happen, man. That can't happen. And neither can losing to the Phoenix Suns. When I was watching this game, it felt, honestly, like I was watching a different team altogether. I felt like I was not watching the Milwaukee Bucks. Even when they had a lead in this game. After that 40-24 start, it kind of felt like the Bucks were just, sleepwalking. Like they just weren't taking their opponent seriously. The NBA is full of professional basketball players. And I understand that any loss can happen on any night. But the reason tonight's loss happened was because the Bucks just didn't play that hard. They didn't look like they wanted to play that hard. And the Suns kept attacking them, offensively, defensively, every which way. And they, in the end, you look up at that scoreboard and you're like, wow, we're down 4 with 30 seconds to go? That's what I imagine a lot of the Bucks players were doing. Man, how do you lose to the Phoenix Suns twice? How do you lose to them twice? See, I'm not overly concerned about this loss still. I'm not concerned that there's something wrong. I am concerned that this game is going to be a difference maker in the long run. See, these are the kinds of games where you get the schedule in August, you look at the game and you say that's a win. You just know it's a win. Now, like I said, any game in the NBA can go for or against you. It's a very, like I said, they're all professional basketball players, but the Bucks are just so much better than the Suns. You gotta win these games. You just have to win these games. You're fighting for the number 1 seed. The Bucks are still the number 1 seed right now. But you're 2.5 games up on that. 2 right now with the loss. If you lose out on that 1 seed by a game, then I look at this game. This is the game I'm looking at. Not even the Jazz game, because that was a scheduled loss to begin with. This is the game I look at. You have to win this game. You cannot lose to teams like this, especially when you're coming home to face a really, really good team in the Indiana Pacers on Thursday. Because you can win this game and lose that one, and I wouldn't really break a sweat. But now it feels like the Indiana game, now it feels like if we don't win that game, then I'm going to have some serious concerns. Because 3 in a row, like that. I can understand the Jazz loss. I can understand that loss. I'm okay with that. Because I understand, I was upset after it for blowing the 17-point lead, but, I understood it. I was like, okay, yeah, we were gassed on a back-to-back night without 2 of our starting guards on the road against a really vocal crowd. I'm okay with that loss. I'm okay with that. And it was a scheduled loss to begin with. But this is a game you have to win. You cannot lose to teams like this. And I know it hasn't happened a whole lot this year for the Bucks, and I know that pretty much every team in the NBA has had a crap loss to a team like this. And we have too. We lost to the Suns back in November. But a second time. And the thing that bothers me the most is I just felt like the Bucks weren't really trying. It's like they just took their opponent for granted. Like they just thought, oh, it's the Suns. Oh, we got a 10-point lead. We can cakewalk this. You know. Another thing I noticed kind of was I felt like the offense wasn't really running through Adetokounmpo tonight. I felt like it wasn't running through him. I felt like everyone was kind of doing their own thing tonight. Kind of like Jason Kidd basketball. That's what this game felt like. It felt like Jason Kidd basketball. And I tell you, I mean, watching the game, you know, I noticed a lot of times that Budenholzer was pretty frustrated with the offense. And truth be told, I mean, it looked like Jason Kidd basketball out there they were playing tonight. So, I mean, Chris Middleton, 1 for 12, or 1 for 13, whatever he was. Mirotic didn't have a great game. This was like the first game that all season for the Bucks that he's played that he hasn't had a good game, or a solid game. I think he was like, he didn't shoot very well. I can't remember his percentages, but, I mean, what else can you say but just rest up and get ready for the Pacers? I mean, I don't know. You can't lose games like this. You just can't. But it's the NBA. You have to move on. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and that's what I'm going to hope the Bucks try to do, and that's what I'm going to hope you guys do as well. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a comment in the comments section below tonight. Do you think this is the worst loss of the season for the Bucks? And do you think that, or are you concerned that this is thin ice that the Bucks are walking on right now? Leave a comment in the comments section below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And as always, go Bucks.